Welcome to Totally Honest Mobile Game Reviews. Today I'm gonna be reviewing a fairly new game called GrimQuest. This game was released last year and just recently had its first anniversary. First of all, I'd like to apologize to the landscape mode enthusiasts and to the landscape mode community. But this game is only available on portrait mode on mobile, so I sincerely apologize. So what is GrimQuest? GrimQuest is a text-based 2D roguelike dungeon crawler, role-playing God knows what else game, where you work for a corrupt city council for minimum wage, just like real life. This game is the text-based manifestation of the game Dark Souls. And don't worry, the physical and psychological suffering is just as equal as Dark Souls. You play as a lowly mercenary who crawls dungeons, fights monsters in a turn-based manner, collect loot, and complete quests. The more quests you complete, the more story you'll unlock. Simple. In terms of mechanics, there's actually a reasonable lot at play here. Luckily for you, the game has a tutorial just enough to educate you on the game's basics without revealing a lot of spoilers. If you don't go over the tutorial, well, may the universe have mercy on your physical and psychological well-being. I will not be bothered explaining the mechanics as I am simply too lazy. You already have the tutorial, so make sure you go through it. The game's progression can be basically summarized as explore dungeon, collect loot, complete quests, unlock story, and repeat. You first start off in the title screen. Of course, once you select the desired save slot, you will be faced with the difficulty select. In this interface, you can make it whether you want to suffer less or suffer more. Don't worry, you'll still suffer either way. After selecting your desired level of suffering, you're already going up against one of the most difficult part of the game, the character building and naming screen. Traumatizing. If you manage to get past that, you'll be greeted by a giant wall of text that slowly moves upward, of which you'll be forced to read, otherwise you won't be able to understand the story onwards.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers.
And after, your adventure begins. You first start off the first day naked. No, seriously, you literally first start off naked. If you can't find armor or weapons, or both in the shop, you're literally going to your first dungeon crawl naked and unarmed. Good, we're off to a great start already. Once you manage to get a foothold of the game, progression becomes linear. Go explore dungeons, fight monsters, get loot, complete quests, unlock more lore and story. Simple as that. During your dungeon crawling, you can encounter various events that will either benefit you or burden you. During some of these events, you can freely choose an option, and each option will have different outcomes depending on the event. Though some of these events may not be canon depending on your location, the dungeons are figurative. This is the game indirectly telling you to go f*** yourself and stretch game logic on your own, as well as make up your own lore as to why you're able to fish in the middle of the desert. There are 4 main difficulties. There's Nightmare Mode, Ultra Nightmare Mode, F*** my life, and the most difficult one of all, this shit. The game has a very steep learning curve. It isn't really what you call a noob-friendly game. You can even have a hard time dealing with enemies at the lowest difficulty available. It's designed to literally shit on you, even at the easiest difficulty. Which begs the question, how much can you take or how much will you take? If you're a total masochist and you want to suffer more, you can go right ahead and enable permadeath mode. If that's not enough, you can go through the advanced settings to further the game's difficulty. I really like the way that the game lets us customize our preferred way of suffering. Beautiful. Normally, RNG isn't a big thing in most games, and if I would ever mention them in a mobile game review, I'd normally put them in the miscellaneous category. The game's RNG is popularly known for its ability to f*** people over. Take the unforgiving difficulty of a Dark Souls game and turn it into a random number generating algorithm. Combine that with little hints of suffering from Darkest Dungeon's RNG, and you get this Grim Quest piece of shit RNG who's going to enjoy making and watching you suffer. Really makes me think that the game should be renamed to Darkest Grim Souls. Sure, that may cause several legal issues, but still! Of course, like any other mobile game out there, it won't be complete if there are no microtransactions. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this game has pay-to-win options. But, even though there are microtransactions in this game, this is a free-to-play game, meaning you don't have to spend real money just to play or progress and have fun in the game. The game is completely free and 100% totally balanced. Holy f***ing shit. This game has surprisingly no intrusive ads. The ads in-game are only limited to banner ads. No automatically playing video ads or ads that instantly appear on the screen every time you click shit. So yes, hooray to the game developer. Before I end this video, if you're watching this review because you're looking to download this game, here's a 3-minute raw, uncut, no commentaries and unedited gameplay. You judge on your own whether it's worth playing it or not.